Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage. You probably was not expecting this. Or on the other hand, you probably clicked on a picture of this thing. This is a Reliant Super Robin from 1979. It's a very rare export edition from the UK, so it's left-hand drive, which I don't think is a very common thing. This is mine for a couple of hours. Holger, the owner of this, asked if I would like to try to drive this, and I said, yeah, that could be a lot of fun. This is definitely a bucket list car for me to try to drive. It is almost a mythical creature in the car world, the three-wheeler Reliant Robin. Will it tumble over? I think it was made famous in the Mr. Bean movies and later on in Top Gear's videos about it falling over all the time. But Holger drove this car from Hamburg and all the way to me. Around 4 or 5 hours drive with this one. So that was really nice of him. He, like myself, likes driving weird old cars, so he liked the challenge. And he sent me a picture of this one yesterday where it was just looking completely ready for a road test, completely clean and all that. And then he drove it here in rain and muddy weathers. So it's not looking brilliantly outside, but it's not how it normally looks. I just want to add that. So as mentioned, it is a bit dirty, and it's not Holger's fault. It's the Danish climate. It was very pretty yesterday. Now it's a bit muddy, but a pretty iconic shape. It's very weird. And the Super is a bit futuristic looking in the rear, I think, with the small lights and the little hatch. Don't ask me why they didn't make it all the way down here. That would have been pretty clever, but yeah. And I really did not know what to expect from this. I think I was expecting a very, very kit car feel, and I'm not completely off, but it's way better put together than I was expecting, that's for sure. I think the kit car feeling comes from the fiberglass look of it, actually more than the actual feel of it. I'm surprised how nice it's actually driving, considering that I'm sitting in a car that is actually not considered a car in the UK. The reason for the three-wheeler in the UK was that it was registered as a motorcycle, which made it cheaper to insure and all that, I think. And also you could drive it with a motorcycle license that you could get already at age 17. So it was not just for fun that they created this three-wheeler car. It was also because it actually had a place in the market, of course. So the body is made of fiberglass. Then underneath is a metal frame, of course, and a drive shaft, and an exhaust going to the engine at the front end, and the single tire up there. Wow, it's GT Specials. And it got leaf springs in the back, and the fuel tank all the way back here. And the front end reminds me a lot of Mr. Bean. I was surprised to see that the tire is all the way at the front, all the way out here. And on the other side we have a brake drum. It got brake drums in the rear as well. And then a single coil right there. Very simple setup. I like it. And everything looks muddy but clean and rust free underneath. That's also nice to see. Looks in good condition. this three-wheeler thing is much better than I was expecting. I do feel a sort of lacking when it comes to the braking department, because it's a drum brake setup, and also it only got one front wheel to do all the braking. The rear ones don't normally do much in a car, so it's feelable in that way. And then one other way it's very feelable, and that is that the front tire is driving in the middle of the road, which is a part of the road that is not normally used, and often it's hollowed out on the sides from all the weight from the cars in the past. So I'm sort of driving on a hill with the front tire. That makes the front tire want to fall off from time to time, making it track quite a lot from the path that I'm on. That coupled together with a slightly loose steering makes it quite interesting, but I think I already got a hang of it, and it's definitely not that bad. As Holger puts it, it's a 10-footer. So let's go 10 foot back. Yeah, it looks nice. I like that. Holger got some seats from another thing, not a Reliant, it's a cabin scooter of some kind. And they actually, I like to sit in them, they're pretty nice. The original ones doesn't got any headrests and are very low. Doesn't give a lot of protection against whiplash and so on. The rear seats are the original ones. Not a lot of room for your legs. You could put the seats further forward up here, but it won't be a pleasant place to be in the back, that's for sure. Just lost all gears. We are still in reverse. There we go. It just feels so weird driving this thing around, because I think people would be less surprised to see a Lamborghini Countach on these roads than this one. So it's really fun. I like the little engine. It's an 850. I think it got around 45 horsepower, 42 maybe. But it is, of course, a very, very light car. A lot of it is fiberglass. And it only got one suspension component and steering thing in the front, of course, so it's just low in weight. It's a small car. There is seat in the rear, so I think it's possible to sit 4 persons in this one, but not in real life, at least not with me as driving it, because I am as far back as I can go. There's absolutely no room behind me, and I would like to go a little bit further back, to be honest. Currently, my knee is resting up against the door and the steering wheel, which means that if my knee for some reason swells up or something like that, I wouldn't be able to drive this. It is completely wedged between. I can't really move it. It pulls pretty nicely. Holger assured me that I shouldn't be worried about this falling over. I could even sense a slight that story again about his facial expression when I asked him, should I be worried about it falling over? I think it's probably one of those things that everyone asks about, and I really know that feeling because some cars just got that thing around them that, like for instance, whenever someone sees my Austin Metro, it's just like, oh, they rot like crazy. Yes, they rot like crazy. All cars do that. And while I really liked the Top Gear video about it falling over because it was hilarious, it didn't do Robin any favors, that's for sure. What a big truck to meet on these roads in a Reliant Robin Super. It's a good thing that it's not that wide. And the interior is very British, I think. This plastic material, I haven't seen that on any other cars. It looks very solid, but does not feel very solid. I think it's very thin. Holger put on a non-original radio that fits very well. It's time correct, and put in some charger system that you have to have that on longer trips nowadays for phone charging and so on. And then he got a tank controller, which is a DDR thing, he told me. I get the feeling that he likes DDR things. I do that as well. It's very interesting time period. He installed a couple of aftermarket gauges up here. We have a hazard light right there. If this oil pressure is correct, this could probably supply most of the Danish military machinery with oil pressure. Not saying a lot about the Danish military, but it is saying a lot about this oil pressure. So yeah, I doubt that's true. Ashtray has been removed, and then the gear stick down here, very nice. It also reminds me of the Mini. It's very. It has nothing to do with the Mini, this car, but it's the same feeling. The knob also reminds me a bit of it. And then there is the pedal box. As mentioned, it's slanted quite a lot to the side. This would be straight from the steering wheel, so it's very slanted to the side. A very, very interesting little thing, this, that's for sure. And then the engine bay is locked with a key. This is one of the kit car things about this. It feels very kit car-ish. I don't think that's the right key. Maybe it's this one. Yep. And Holger asked me to be careful about this area because it tends to hit when I open it. Here we have the cute little engine bay. I know it's not an electric car. When I first saw it, I thought, what's going on here? It looks like some kind of electrical engine conversion with a cooler right there. But this is just a heater system. With some real plumbing going on. But down here we have the engine underneath there. He told me that it wasn't a joy changing spark plugs on this one because yeah, I think I can reach it. Yeah, but it's not pleasant. It's a tiny little engine with the car wrapped around it for sure. But it looks really nice and clean in there. I like that. With an SU carburetor right there. Yeah, nice little thing. The seating position is slanted towards the outside of the car. Not sure if it would be any different on the right-hand models. Of course, this car was designed to be a right-hand model, right-hand drive. But I don't think it would be any different over there, to be honest. This center console thing makes it a bit sports car-like, I think. The gear change, by the way, is awesome. I really like it. It's very, very precise, and the thing is the gear stick goes directly into the gearbox, so it doesn't have a lot of linkages that can get wear in them and so on. So it's just very precise, and it goes in with a nice, comfort-inspiring click. Then you got a gear. So thank you for watching. If you have something weird that you would like me to test drive, don't hesitate to comment or contact me on Instagram. I normally say that I prefer Danish cars or cars in Denmark, but this just showed that it doesn't really have to be, but you just have to drive it to me, so feel free to do that. That could be fun. Thank you for watching. Don't forget you can support me. There is a Patreon link down below. There's also a link to my merchandise shop. And I hope you enjoyed this. I definitely did. This was a lot of fun. And see you in the next one.